Okay, y'all need to be sat for this drama because one of the biggest whistleblowers in this Diddy-Beyonce-Jay Z saga, Uncle Ron, just passed away under the shadiest circumstances, and the situation just got really serious. Word on the streets is that the feds are now investigating his case, and it's not looking good for some big names in the music industry. This former bodyguard dropped a bomb about Diddy and Jay-Z's alleged involvement in Biggie's death, and then suddenly he's gone. The timing is suspicious, and now the authorities want answers, and they are looking hard. The streets are saying that there's more to Uncle Ron's passing, and that he could have had some dirt that some powerful people didn't want to come out. It's about to be one of the craziest things we've heard about in a long time, so let's break it down. Uncle Ron was a big deal in the music industry, and he worked as a bodyguard for some major players. We're talking Diddy, Jay-Z, and even Beyonce. But he wasn't just any old security guy. Nah, Uncle Ron had the inside scoop, and he wasn't afraid to spill the tea. He exploded on social media, especially TikTok. People couldn't get enough of his insider stories about what really goes down in the music business. In January 2023, he made some wild claims about Beyonce and Jay-Z, claiming that they had gone over and beyond to ruin Carrie Hilson's career because Beyonce felt disrespected.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threat, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyonce, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on the top. So remember.
But that's not all. He also claimed that Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage was nothing more than a business arrangement.
Your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there. See, what's done in the dark will definitely come in the light. Keep your threats up.
Well, Beyonce's team wasn't having it. They stepped in, and suddenly a bunch of Uncle Ron's videos disappeared. But that didn't stop him from spilling the tea. However, Beyonce was not the only celebrity that Uncle Ron had dirt on, because he also revealed some wild things about Diddy. And before y'all start talking about how he was chasing clout, he made these revelations before Diddy got exposed. One of his biggest claims was that Diddy offered him $30,000 to take out Biggie back in '97.
Jay-Z and Puffy wanted Biggie. Bottom line, you don't have to believe me, believe the facts. Here's a man that wanted to leave Bad Boy. He wanted to do his own thing. He mentioned several times how he was tired of being used in that he was bigger than Bad Boy itself. I was offered $30,000 to perform a hit on Biggie Smalls. March 1st of 1997, I was approached by Diddy to perform a hit on one of his artists. Finding out that he wanted all the rights to all his catalogs, I turned him down because I also found out that very night that Biggie had plans of leaving Bad Boy.
According to Uncle Ron, Biggie was fed up with Bad Boy Records. He wanted out, and that didn't sit well with Diddy. Uncle Ron said Biggie was tired of being used and abused by the label. He's not the only one to have said this, because Gene Deal also confirmed this, saying that Biggie has secured a deal for millions of dollars.
He said, but I'm about to get this money. So he showed me, I said, you about to get that money? He said, yeah, look at this. It had Charlie Baltimore, Cameron, Little C's, Little Kim, Junior Mafia, Tracy, I don't know, Tracy Murray?
Tracy Lee.
Tracy Lee and the commission. And I think the contract was for so many years for like 62 million. It comes out to like $62 million.
Uncle Ron alleged that in March 1997, Diddy came to him with an offer. He said Diddy was willing to pay him $30,000 to take out Biggie. That's right. Uncle Ron claimed Diddy wanted to put a on his own artist. The motive? Uncle Ron said it was all about control. Diddy wanted to keep Biggie's music catalog for himself. But it wasn't just Diddy and Uncle Ron's crosshair. He also dragged Jay-Z into the mix. Uncle Ron claimed that Jay-Z wanted Biggie out of the picture too. He said Jay-Z's goal was to become the biggest name in hip-hop, and Biggie was standing in his way, especially since Tupac had already been taken out in a by the previous year. Allegedly, Jay-Z saw this as his golden opportunity to claim the throne as #1.
Because I also found out that very night that Biggie had plans of leaving Bad Boy. Biggie should have never been in California to promote an album with a broken Bone, who can barely walk, to go to another studio when Diddy has his own studio in New York.
The more Uncle Ron shared, the more popular he became. His TikTok blew up with fans hanging on his every word. But then out of nowhere, Uncle Ron passed away. He was only 59 years old when he died on September 14, 2023. The timing was weird, especially since he had just dropped a video with some serious allegations against Diddy and Jay-Z. His sudden death got people talking. Fans started getting suspicious, wondering if there was more to the story. Just before he died, Uncle Ron promised to spill even more tea about the music industry. He claimed that he had more shady secrets that he would expose, so y'all can imagine why people think that there's more to his passing than met the eye. If you've been following Hollywood drama for some time, then you know that rumors of Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy allegedly being involved in some sickening stuff have been floating around for years. But Uncle Ron was one of the few people who were bold enough to come out and make their claims directly. The music industry's got secrets, and Uncle Ron's death just made them louder. His passing on September 14, 2023 wasn't just sudden, it was straight up suspicious. The streets are talking and they're saying things don't add up. With his sudden death, these allegations took on a new level of seriousness. People started connecting the dots between his claims and his passing. The timing seemed too convenient to some, and it fueled even more speculation about what really goes on behind the scenes in the music industry. To make it more suspicious, we still don't know how Uncle Ron died. His family's not talking, and they've locked down his social media accounts, and this has fans wondering if they're being by the same people who unalived Uncle Ron. The conspiracy theories are flying fast, with some fans saying Uncle Ron knew too much and was silent. Others think he might have been onto something big, and someone wanted to shut him up for good. But here's the thing, Uncle Ron saw this coming. He'd been talking about how he felt his safety was at risk after spilling all that tea. It's like he knew he was playing with fire by speaking out against the big names in the industry. All this speculation has the rumor mill working overtime. Every little detail about Uncle Ron's last days is being picked apart. People are looking for any sign that might explain what really went down. Was he acting strange? Did he say anything weird in his last video? It's a wild situation, and it looks like fans are not the only ones who have questions, because the streets are now saying that the feds have allegedly opened an investigation. According to reports, the feds have stepped in and they're taking Uncle Ron's death real serious. They've opened up a full-blown investigation, and it's not just about how he died. The feds are digging into his wild claims about the music industry. This isn't your average investigation, because y'all know that the feds don't mess around when they think something fishy is going on. Now, the investigation is probably going to be pretty thorough. They're likely to talk to people who knew Uncle Ron back in the day. That means old colleagues, friends, and maybe even some of those big names he worked for. The feds want to know if there's any truth to what Uncle Ron was saying about Beyonce, Diddy, Jay-Z, and all that drama with Biggie's death. This whole thing could blow up into something much bigger. If the FBI starts poking around the music industry, who knows what they might find. There are already allegations that Beyonce and Jay-Z were heavily involved with Diddy, and now that the feds are reportedly investigating, well, let's just say that it's probably not going to end well. The fact that the feds are involved at all is pretty telling. They don't just jump into cases for no reason. It means that they think there might be some real criminal stuff going on here. Maybe they've gotten some info we don't know about yet. Either way, they're taking Uncle Ron's death and his claims serious. Anywho, this is what the streets had to say about this. Let's remember Uncle Ron said he wasn't sick nor so sudden death. Let's remember he called out Jay-Z and Beyonce the most. Then he backtracked it when it seemed like he'd been threatened. Now he's dead. What a coincidence. It's way too many untimely deaths in Diddy and Jay-Z's circle for it to be a coincidence. I wonder who got paid to hide this man's death and who did it. Suspicious to say the least. Money hides most things. This is so sad. These rich are doing too freaking much. R.I.P. Uncle Ron. Justice for all those people that was deleted by these evil people. They got the man. These people are lethal. And this is so sad. I pray that a thorough investigation is done and justice is served. But I want to know what you guys feel about this. Do you think that there's more to Uncle Ron's passing, or do you think that fans are doing too much and reading too much into it? Drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.